What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Go ahead and take some Juggernaut.
And some quick revive.
Guys, we're gonna need it today. We're going to be looking at some hot topic comments. My God, we got some hot takes here. Right, we had the beta, and we had Liberty Falls Zombies gameplay, which honestly the community is kind of split with.
I'd say it probably leans a little negative right now.
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about that yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of hot takes. There's a lot of critiques. A lot of them, it's kind of boils down the same few things. So people have their individual kind of specifics.
Yeah, some things are more specific, I'd say, to the mode itself, like the HUD or the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Maybe atmosphere more on Liberty Falls itself, but we're gonna get into that. We're reading some of your guys' comments that you left on my recent videos to kind of see what the community's thinking.
Okay, so we have Raise the Otter Fox 324 here. I've been playing Zombie World at War back on the 360, and honestly, I like both maps, referring to Terminus Island as well. People are also forgetting that zombies have always had two maps, where one was hardcore and the other was easy. Like, look at Black Ops 1. Both maps were great. 5 was hardcore and difficult to play because of gameplay elements, and Kino was easy and simple to go through.
True.
I'd say that that's kind of an interesting take, though, because I feel like those things are kind of switched. Because I feel like in that game, I'd say the more like traditional zombies map, Kino is what they're calling the easy one.
Yeah.
And 5 was kind of more of just a random little bonus map, which is more difficult. But like, I honestly think when it comes to like difficulty, I don't think that's what people really care about. At least I don't care about that with the new map. I don't care that it's easy. That's not my problem with it.
My problem lies more, I believe, in atmosphere, but at the same time, I think Treyarch have said themselves that, look, this map is meant to bring over those players who started in Vanguard or Warzone zombies and kind of get them used to classic round-based zombies, but while offering some similar and same mechanics that we had in those previous titles. And I'm okay with that. Taking Ethereum Crystal, thank you very much.
If you're going to be making a new game with a third mode that's PvE and meant to get difficult as you progress, it's always best to give maps for both experienced and new players.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm okay with that idea. It's not a big deal. Once again, I don't think that's what people have a problem with. Plus, it looks like a multiplayer map. No, almost every map in Con Zombies is a reused map from either multiplayer campaign. Noct, Verruct, Doris, 5, Ascension, Moon, which is just Area 51, Nuketown, VO2, Revelations, all of the Black Ops 4 Ether maps, and the same with Cold War. They're all from reused assets to make maps that some of us love till this day.
But I will say, we didn't like it back then either.
No,
and that's the thing that we gotta, and you know what? I don't mind that it looks like multiplayer in a sense of their assets being used in zombies. The problem I have with it is that you look at Outbreak or you look at Warzone Zombies or you look at Warzone in general, the lighting has a certain hue to it. And if you look at Liberty Falls, it's the same hue, making us feel like we're just in one of those maps. Give it an orange color a little bit, maybe a sunset, right? Give me something a little bit different. I don't want to look outside the map, right? And just be like, oh yeah, it looks like a Warzone map out there.
Yeah.
I've gotten used to that. I want to look outside. Just give me maybe like, I don't care if it's just a skybox.
Yeah.
But give me something a little different for zombies.
The town does look straight out of Verdansk, and even if, maybe if Warzone never existed, we wouldn't get that feeling of this map. Maybe we would like the map. Warzone does exist, and people don't want that feeling with zombies. It's something that has been critiqued for a while, so I think it's crazy to make another map and be like even if it wasn't intentional, you gotta stray away as far as you can from a church, like light, greenery setting
and my thing is that, when people were talking a lot about the aesthetics of the map, I don't think that's the issue, because if you look around, we do see that everything is like on fire or torn down or there's boarded up windows. That really does give off an awesome like Outbreak feel, not like Outbreak the mode, but Outbreak like something's happening. And I think that does a really good job of kind of like showing the story that's taking place in the map. Again, I just think it's like the color palette we're used to, because people were saying, oh, give us some Ethereum Crystal, some purple, some crazy stuff around the map. I think that makes it look too arcadey. I'm not sure how I feel about like the purple themed maps. I like that we only have one Dark Ether area. I think it's cool.
Yeah, that'd be a little much if it was everywhere. But give us some haze. Give us some like storm clouds.
Fog.
Yeah, just, I mean, anything that honestly doesn't, everything is too visible and clear. I don't know. I do feel like all of the kind of like aesthetic little accoutrements that they place everywhere, it doesn't scream zombies to me. It looks like maybe a war went through, which is the same thing with Warzone. They have some of those same kind of little elements in Warzone maps.
True.
Typically.
On the contrary, I will say one thing they're doing to improve the atmosphere in that aspect is like, you know, we saw in Liberty Falls sometimes when you walk into the bank, there's someone there who's getting eaten by a zombie or a zombie who's finishing.
Yeah, that stuff is cool.
That does, like, that's like live atmosphere.
On Terminus Island, they were good at adding stuff
and even
like
Liberty.
that too.
Even Liberty.
I want to get back to some of the stuff he said about comparing, you know how like Noct and all those maps use multiplayer assets. That doesn't matter. You can reuse multiplayer assets if you have to or whatever, but as you can see with those maps, they added enough to make it fit the atmosphere. And also, let's just be real, a World War II setting in our brains feels much more natural to the zombies aesthetic than a 90s like town. Like, you have to add more to that setting because it is not zombie enough. A World War II like, you know, facility in a swamp, like, of course that's a fucking cool ass place to have zombies.
It's just a town, we need that extra step.
I like some of your points. Raise the OtterFox324, we like some of your points. You said some good stuff.
Next comment by Kilowatts. Take an Ethereum crystal, thank you very much. The map is definitely not finished. What we saw today is like a little version of what we're going to get, at least so I hope. You think it's unfinished, and I'm here to provide you with the information that, from what we saw at COD Next, it is. The Easter eggs are turned off, right? And we don't know what that could entail. Could there be like soul boxes around the map that's a part of an Easter egg that we haven't seen yet? Is there any like open area that we have to go explore for certain Easter eggs? You know, we saw a little Easter egg, which is kind of fun in all these comics. If you see him run out the door, you can kind of see an Origins poster in there, which I think is pretty sick. But also, here's one thing which I think will level up the ambience of the map completely and give us somewhat of a classic zombies feel while introducing people into the classic zombie story. That is Richtofen talking to you on the radio. You can tell when you look at non-commentary gameplay, there's some military guy who's talking to you on a radio, but after that, you don't really get much radio chatter. And what could that void be filled with? I think Richtofen. Of course, they wouldn't show the voice at Call of Duty Next. They want to hold that and save it for launch. That makes a lot of sense. And I think that really will up the ambience as well.
Yeah. And also, I mean, people have been saying that there's some areas in the trailer that didn't seem accessible in the gameplay or didn't seem to appear. So I think that kind of stuff can change. You know, maybe the Easter egg steps will expand the map, add new areas that give, you know, more ambience or give a better zombies vibe. Maybe the map will change. Maybe the aesthetic will change as you continue with the Easter egg. Maybe the skybox will change, for the love of God. But even if the map isn't finished, I think it's a lost cause to put in more effort into it. I think they should just move on and just drop it what it is. But I don't think anything's drastically going to change.
And here's one thing I have to say about these zombie maps, and maybe it has something to do with the zombie or the movement system or whatever, but I feel like back in the day, when you had a zombie map, like we do with Liberty Falls, that has a church, it has these buildings and these banks you can go into. Black Ops 2 Town, for example. When I was playing those old maps, I felt like I was inside, and when I went outside, it was, I guess, a second step to being inside. In Liberty Falls, I don't. It feels like I'm automatically outside the whole time, and I go into these places. You know, and I don't know how that. It just feels a little different to me. I don't know how to get it out of my head.
That is.
But that's it.
You know, not to get away from the comment, but that is one thing that I do hate is no starting rooms. They just they don't care about the starting room anymore, and that's just a small little
Give me a
quirk.
small room with like barriers that they're breaking into.
And you have to decide to either go this way or that way.
Like they could have put us in the gas station.
That would
spawn
just
into
anywhere where you have to make a choice. Do you go this way
true.
or that way? It's a little open, but I guess that's why they wanted to be a little easier. But I understand your desire, Mr. Kilowatts, but or Mrs. Kilowatts. Sorry. I understand your desire, Kilowatts, but I don't think anything's going to change like too drastically.
Yeah, I think before launch, you know, we may see more radio chatter, but besides that, I'm not sure.
Bearded Dude 6888 says, "Let's talk about Liberty Balls."
Liberty Balls, everybody. That's hilarious. And by the way, let's just get a little hype in the zombies community right now, because when all that was happening, I think it was COD Next, Mr. Raffle Waffles was doing a stream, and guess what? He hit 2 million subscribers. $10. And that's great.
For Liberty Balls.
For Liberty Balls, y'all.
We are pro Liberty Balls.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious and it's awesome. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I'm sure the developers love it too, because that's just kind of funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
Yeah, you can see that.
You know
coming.
what? And there's a famous saying, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
From Cameron Velasquez 3631, he says, I hope we get smaller regular maps. Zombies dropped the ball though, unfortunately. And look, I'm here to tell you, keep dreaming. I think it may happen. We've gotten leaks recently, right? Take an Ethereum crystal, thank you very much. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. But look, we've gotten leaks recently. It's been going around the community, Morgan, that they're thinking about adding a classic mode. Now, right, I would prefer if they make classic maps from the ground up, survival parts, and we could possibly be getting that. Who's to say? Who's to, you know, they've done crazier shit. But that's a good sign. We're talking maybe no Wonder Fizz, no armor, you know, none of that stuff, no crafting tables. It could just be you, starting pistol, wall weapons, jug, and pack, and box. And that would be sick, right? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's freaking amazing. That's like the best thing we could hope for.
Yeah, and like you said, I am a little perturbed by their mentality of like, yeah, thank you. I'm a little perturbed by their mentality of like, oh, you know, you want it to be the old way, or you think this way is better. Well, we're still gonna add this shit you don't like anyway, and we'll just let you turn it off. I think they should be more proud of what they're making. They shouldn't let you turn shit off. They should just make a good product and have people want it. But
it's also who's to know about restrictions from higher development.
Yeah, but if it must be a thing in the normal mode, if you can give me a mode where I can not have to use armor plates for the love of God, then that's cool. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll take that. That's cool. At least they're giving options, and I will always be pro option.
And I have to say, from the beta too, I think Omni Movement is going to be very.
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be fun.
I think it's going to be great.
The beta's been it's been fun to play. I mean,
it's been so much fun.
It feels like COD. It's not anything crazy, but I think
it packs a little bit more of a punch in these past few years.
You know what's good to say? Out of everything about Black Ops 6 I have seen, the thing that has got me most excited is that Terminus Island gameplay trailer. I mean, it looks great. Gaming Syndicate 7929 says, I don't know why people are complaining so much. If you think this map is bad, just remember Vanguard Zombies and how bad that Zombies was. And you know what? I don't think that's necessarily true. I understand the sentiment. We don't want to be negative. It's been worse in the past. We gotta be positive. But I think we have a responsibility. If this is something that we care about, if this game is something that we care about, we have to hold Treyarch responsible.
True, 100%. And I think you know, and us saying that is not being like, oh, your comments aren't warranted. 100% they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's certain ways to communicate to developers that may shine through the community itself on whether it be Reddit or Twitter or YouTube, any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's let Treyarch know what we do like. Let's be positive. Let's make them feel good about what they're doing. And the things that we don't like, let's give them critique. Don't just say that sucks. Tell them why.
And I think
sucks.
we have. I think we have. And they know what we like at this point. But I do think that behind the development, there is some sort of like, hey, we're gonna need you to use the Warzone thing because now it's a universal kind of thing, and you know that could be something to do with higher development. So I'm not really sure, but from what it sounds like they're trying to break the chains on that one. Yeah, and I'm really for that.
And I think if we just keep it pushing, stay positive, enjoy it because it's a game.
And it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. Awesome.
And I think they're doing good stuff. So let's just, I think community, you know, don't be too positive, but don't be too negative. Let's just enjoy this game as what it is.
If the community likes it, odds are everyone else is too.
Yeah. So I think it's great to see what y'all are thinking.
And as always, thank you guys so much. I always love, and so does Morgan, to continue the conversation down in the comments below. If you guys are not already subbed to this channel, go ahead and ding that bell. Stay up to date with all future Zombies content and notifications, guys. We got a huge year coming, and we're not that far away from Black Ops 6 Zombies. So I am excited. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.